Hello everyone, I am Ernibet Montero from Abel's Tribi. I am the speaker in our group presentation. We are the Group 3 and this is our project proposal for English proficiency, entitled An Assessment for our Learners in Studying English as a Second Language. And for our introduction, here now is Miss Claudine Aban.
English has been commonly accepted as an active universal language in the world. People who study English language consider it as their personal proficiency. Therefore, nowadays, many people, particularly students, ought to master English language. By mastering language, the student can improve themselves in both academic and life skills. The language widely used as a means of communication in the world is English. English is one of the foreign languages. It is the most famous foreign language which is taught from elementary school up to university school level. The teaching of English is focused on the ability of learners to be capable of mastering the four language skills, namely listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The learner should have abilities in reading and listening to support their speaking and writing. One of the language skills is writing. It is one important skill in learning English. One of the reasons is that one and more people need to learn writing in English for occupational and academic purposes. To write essay, people must have good capability in writing. Moreover, someone who wants to write an essay or story must know the steps in writing process and aspect of writing. The desire of learners should always be to prepare for acquiring new knowledge. They should be encouraged to practice reading and writing with the guidance of teachers and parents. They should also develop the positive habit of using a dictionary, online or hard copy, in order to get the depth comprehension and regarding the meaning and pronunciation of words. This project proposal hopes to enlighten students in learning the English language so that they may strive to improve their English skills, thus making language teaching and learning more effective and meaningful for both lecturers and students. Contextual factors such as interaction between parents and others must be positively modified in order to strengthen the use of the English language, as this is a vital element in raising the ability of learners acquiring a new language.
Thank you, Miss Aban, for the introduction. Here now is Miss John Jean Amos for the background of the study.
I'm going to present to you the background of the study. Learning English as a second language can be challenging for anyone, with English being the most spoken language in the world. The benefits of understanding and speaking the language far outweigh the initial inconveniences of learning to speak it.
According to Jacob Adoama, if you are learning English outside of an English-speaking country, for instance, English language learners in African countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and some other African countries face a lot of challenges because English is not the native language of these countries.
The examples and challenges of learners for studying second language are feelings of embarrassment, lack of money to have a tutor, and doesn't have enough time. We conduct this issue for us to know the challenges of learners in studying second language. The solution to this is to have free English tutorials online, since most English tutorials require you to pay, and it's convenient in the midst of a pandemic.
Very well said, Miss Amos. Here now is the overview of the project proposal by Miss Lenjoy Sevilla.
Overview. Project title: Assessment for Learners in Studying English as a Second Language. The project leader is Mr. Jan Aldrin Culiado. The project sponsor is the Team 3. Here's the problem. Our topic is about the common challenges of a learner in studying a second language because it is about English language that was popular in the whole world. The problem is, while learners studies or studying this kind of language, the hindrance or factors appears and those negativity affect the learners in studying the second language. The Team 3 chose this project proposal so that other English learners will have an awareness about factors that they are facing and the assessment that they can do. For the goals, here are some of our main goals with this project. First, we will create this proposal and our target was the English language learners. Second, the team will discuss about a factor and assessment that can help all learners of a second language. And for the third, to explain that English is not only a language but a skills that we need to learn. And for the deliverables, here are the tasks we hope to complete throughout this project. Our team will follow the template or following the template. We will have a couple of minutes of introduction, give a backgrounds or some articles about our project proposal, objectives or goals, presentation, expected outcome, and recommendations. And for the risks or obstacles, we have the first one, low engagements from English language. We can overcome this by creating everyone's life involving to English as a part of everyday's life. And next, not enough or too much time in online or in any social media. We will encourage everyone to have enough time when they are going online so that they will not become bombarded with the information they have encountered, and also don't spend too much short time so that the information they will have will sink in mind. The time duration and budget. If the learners using a free online application, it means that anytime, anywhere, they can use those applications to have a review or learning about a second language. And for those who wants a live tutorial or videos, we encourage every learners to have an online learning for at least 1 to 2 hours a week. The learners must have an internet or mobile data, a strong connection if they are going online so that they will have a convenient learning. If others are using an application, most of these are free to have an access.
Thank you so much, Miss Sevilla. And now, for the objectives, here now is Mr. John Aldrin Collado.
I am John Aldrin Barcelon Collado, and I'm going to present to you the suggested activity of our proposal. Our objectives is obtain, process, and use information from various audiovisual and print sources and present the information in spoken and written form. Listen to view, read and respond to different texts and express ideas, opinions, thoughts and feelings imaginatively and creatively in spoken and written form.
Thank you so much, Mr. John Aldrin Collado. And for the presentation of the suggested activity, here now is Miss Madeline Martin.
I'm going to present to you the suggested activities for the learners in learning second language. Learners can take part in learning second language in different strategies. Learners can improve their learning second language either inside or outside the classroom with these possible activities that can help them to enhance their speaking in English. Activities for classroom enjoyment. Multiple tasks. These activities presents a plug-in structure to use with any number of tasks, from spelling bees to sing-alongs. You adopt and change content according to current lesson being learned. Target language culture. These activities stimulate your students' understanding of the culture behind the new language they are learning. Everyday language. These activities help your students acquire and practice the most common language of day-to-day situations. They will encounter this language when communicating with native speakers, as well as when consuming authentic media such as videos from different sources. Improvisational speech. With appropriate clues, improvising becomes second nature once students get the hang of saying what they think while improvising. They can branch out and truly communicate no matter what their current level of proficiency is. Incorporate creativity and movement through music. Music is an engaging and fun way to learn about other language and cultures in the classroom. It activates other areas of brain that traditional lessons don't always touch, and it helps in storing concept in the long-term memory of students. When you think back to your childhood, can you still remember certain lyrics of your favorite songs? You can also use music as an opportunity for students to move their bodies and get their blood flowing through dance. By intentionally using this time as a break from sitting, students will be able to focus better for the rest of the day and get in touch with their creative side. When exploring new music, students are also gaining a better understanding and appreciation of the cultures that speak the target language. Communicate regularly with families. Learning a new language is a challenging but rewarding undertaking. By finding ways to get family members involved in the learning process of students can continue their progress from home and feel excited to share new skills outside the school. Sending home newsletters, vocabulary words, or interactive videos can prompt conversation between language learners and family about what they are learning at school. When providing materials, meet family members where they are at and be mindful of what communication might suit their needs best. This strategy can also serve as a great way to start discussions between families and teachers to identify areas of growth for students. When students are receiving similar feedback and support at school and at home, they have an opportunity to grow in their social and emotional skills as well as in their language in different settings. Activities outside the classroom enjoyment. Communicate in the target language. Conversation. Ask a student to find partners to practice their language skills and talk about anything they like. As students practice conversations, they repeat the new language structures in their head. Know your digital tools. Online dictionaries, language app, and vocabulary games are a great tool for keep sentence structures on track. Asking students to play a language game as homework is an engaging way to practice language outside of the classroom. Keep a journal. Ask a student to keep a language journal. What have they done well today? What areas can they improve on? Is there key vocabulary they need to practice? By keeping a learning diary, students will be able to improve their language skills and see the progress they are making. Watch and listen. Encourage students to watch their favorite TV show with subtitles for target language. Students will always be happy to watch their favorite TV show, and this helps to bring the target language in their everyday life. Students could also try listening to podcasts in the target language on their way to school. Learn daily. Learn daily and in chunks. Whether it is new expression or full sentences, revising and repeating new language structures every day helps students to build confidence. A little bit goes a long way.
Thank you so much, Miss Madeline Martin, and for the explaining how the activity works. For example, you were able to come up with an educational application, so how to use it, how it will help. Here now is Miss Rachel Santiago.
How the activity works. The activity works in online learning process because of pandemic that the learning is limited in face-to-face. This is the most common way to learn nowadays. Teaching will happen through the help of instructors voluntarily. They will teach others who want to learn English in free. And this activity or project will help more individuals who have a willingness to learn their second language. And some of the instructors will make the English learning exciting through the help of any games or offers like having a reward like GCash, also voluntary, to those who are collaborating or participating with the second language learning class. Example of free application online where we can learn the second language. YouTube. There are more professionals who teachers are having a tutorial videos on how to learn and use the English language. All you need to do is search for an English lesson that you want to learn. You must watch the video to have a better understanding and learning process. Google search. It provides information on how to come up with ideas for learning English and how to use it by searching for those things you want to gather details on how to be a good learners in this language. Merriam-Webster. This will help students to fully expand the vocabulary and know the definition of each word, adjust the pronunciation, so that it can be used more smoothly. It is free to download and easy to search words that you want to know. Duolingo. This application will help students to learn and enhance their desired second language. It has different languages that you can choose from. If you want to speak fluently using that language, you can use this application called Duolingo. It teaches right words and phrases.
Thank you, Ms. Santiago. And for expected outcome, here now is Maricela Abusejo.
Expected outcome. This assessment for learners in studying English as a second language hope to improve and enlighten the learners to enhance their English skills, thus making language teaching and learning more effective and meaningful for both learners and students. Contextual factors such as interaction between parents and others must be positively modified in order to strengthen the use of English language as a vital element in raising the capability of learners acquiring a new language and to develop the abilities of all able students.
Thank you so much, Ms. Abusejo. And for the recommendation, here now is Ms. Trina Jane Lino.
Recommendation. The one-word answer is learn and practice. If you want to be a good speaker, then speak. To speak, you need a sound vocabulary, so learn new words. Once you have these words in your mind, you need to structure them, so learn grammar of the language. Finally, when you have all this, don't afraid of mistake and practice to speak or to write. To be a better speaker, observe how native people speak that language and try to get the idea from there. To be a better writer, see how good and popular authors of the language are writing and get some ideas. Now, you have core understanding of the language, mix it with your flavor and practice it. Write manuscripts, speak in front of mirror, do it until your inner thought what you want to say and express thought what you really speaking or writing become the same. Your confidence will be up to the level you will be there you are saying yourself today.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lino. And for the question and answer and photo op, here now is Mr. Vicente Gerongay Jr.
I am Vicente Gerongay Jr. and I'm going to give you a question and answer session. First, why it's so difficult to learn a foreign in the first place? It's difficult since it takes both your mind or your brain must develop new cognitive frameworks and your patience. It requires sustained and consistent practice. Second, how does learning second language help your brain? Learning a second language helps build new area of your mind and increase your brain inherent ability to focus, entertain ideas and process information since the language centers in the brain are so adaptable. Third, how can learn a second language be beneficial? Different advantage of learning another language include the improved academic performance, cognitive development, and more favorable attitudes toward other language and cultures. Fourth, what is the purpose of the second language? When you learn a new language, your brain is forced to learn new grammar and vocabulary rules. It allows you to your memory by teaching it to memorize new words and connection between them and apply them in context. And the last, what role does gender identify play in the learner's acquisition of a second language? Learners may exhibit this distinct future depending on their gender identification, which may alter the second language acquisition.